Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1 and welcome to Boots on the Ground. If you have anything you could add to the conversation, send it to Southern Prepper 1, the number 1 at yahoo.com. It'd be greatly appreciated by me and many others across the actual world. Let's get right into it. This is from Arkansas. My wife was recently hospitalized for 4 days after surgery. The nurse often mentioned a generalized shortage of supplies. Discharge was delayed 3+ hours trying to fill a prescription for pain medicine. It was not available locally. This person just received some fuel oil and they've been keeping track for less than 2 years, but here's the price increases. And this was at the end of 2020. This is per gallon. $1.71, then it went to $2.11, then it went to $2.89, then it went to $3.82, then it went to $5.36. Huge increase. This person sent this in from Missouri. 1 dozen Vital Farm pasture-raised free-range eggs, $6.99 a dozen. My wife just found another shrinkflation instant. The attached photos show how Reynolds wrap aluminum foil used to be 250 square feet in length. She looked today and buying one, she realized it went down to only 225 square foot. The box is identical in size dimension, but they're simply putting less on the same roll. Just a heads up, I ordered 2 Jenny O turkeys today from Walmart pickup. They listed it at 98 cents online, and on my order I got them home and they had charged me $2.42 a pound. So it makes a $27 difference on the 2 turkeys I bought. I called Walmart after talking with the supervisor. They credit my credit card with the $27 difference. So pay attention to your receipt. This happened in Western North Carolina. Gas went from $3.69 to $3.89 in 1 day here in southern New Jersey. So a 20-cent hit in 1 day. Just a heads up, Cape Fear Valley Hospital is going to lay off 200 people. I found this pretty sad since the hospital is already short-staffed due to COVID. They said 42 positions are not direct patient care, but the rest are. So that means patient care will be directly affected like always. They're always short-staffed there. They have been buying up all the doctor's office in and around the area. So there's a lot of unhappy people. My son and I went to Walmart, and Friday night, no meat in the meat department. It was really empty. Looked like they were putting out all their Christmas decorations. They're selling a lot of junk and a lot of junk food. Also said just regular old bread may be jumping up to $4 to $5 a loaf. I guess I need to learn baking again. They also said they went to McDonald's and grabbed 3 combo meals. $37. $37. They also said the Little Caesars pizza is no more $5 pizza. They're up like to $7 or more. And they went on and on about just the increases, and that's across the board. My daughter is thinking about taking her children out of daycare because the cost of keeping them just keeps rising. It's ridiculous how much money these daycare want. But then again, costs across the boards are going up. The food, utilities, the teachers to operate the facilities. Things are not looking very good in general. I worry about my family and the world, basically. I have to give it to God. Yes, do not bear all these burdens yourself, because you will not, you can't. This is from MK, our reporter down in Australia. Yesterday, the mortgage interest rates rose there for the 7th month in a row. And then we're told these will continue, probably monthly increases for the rest of the year. I am now paying more than $500 extra each month for my mortgage than when it was before these rates started to go up. And also, electricity rates increased 20% before Christmas, and then they're going to raise another 30% next year. This is from a metal fabrication plant, and they make tow trailers for the U.S. military and stainless steel sewage strainer devices for various cities' water reclamation plants. And it started, they're telling their customers they are delayed for about 1.5 years. But they're not losing any customers because their competition are saying the same thing. Also, this person sent in that I have a friend working at a high-end scope and binocular manufactured. And he states that they're laying off because their shipments from China are taking at least 5 months to show up in America. So it's a vicious circle. When you get a shortage somewhere, it affects someone and then affects someone else, and it just continues. And they also summed it up and said, yes, things are tightening up. First, I really appreciate your videos and pretty much am bearing this stress alone, and just seeing you and hearing about others' troubles help me feel less alone. Yes, that's what YouTube is good for. If you don't have any close friends that are prepping, you definitely can feel some sense of community. My husband was on the phone with his doctor's office. He had it on speakerphone. He's having major trouble getting his heart medicine from Walgreens. The nurse at the office strongly expressed her frustration with that the company can't, fill the order, and suggested if he could afford it, try to find a Canadian mail order pharmacy. He needs these pills to keep his heart ticking, and has to maintain his security clearance, which means doing nothing illegal. At this point, however, we are looking at the Canadian thing, legal or not. I've been buying Tyson baked chicken, 2.5 chicken strips for easily a decade, and for the longest times they were about $6 to $7 at Walmart in Oklahoma. They have been going up around $2 every 6 months for the last 2 years. The last price was $15. This week I was going to get 2 bags, and to my surprise, they only had 1.5 pounds bags for $12. So they took off a few bucks but cut out a whole pound. I asked a worker, he said that that's all they have. I only bought 1 bag in disbelief. I assume I won't be seeing the bigger bag anymore. Getting unreal. But I think we haven't seen anything yet. This is eggs from Las Vegas. 18 carton of egg, 18 pack, $6.43. And I think that was the Walmart eggs. One of my child was sick the other night, and a nurse told us that we needed a specific over-the-counter cough medicine syrup. So at 3:30 a.m. we tried to find a pharmacy or a grocery store that was open, but we were unable. A couple of years ago, we had lots of options that were open 24 hours a day. I was told by a worker at one of the grocery stores that only 1 in 100 businesses in Michigan that were open around the clock a few years ago are still keeping that schedule. This is troubling for so many reasons. I also went to Big Lots, a discount store, a few days ago. A few years ago, the prices were about 50 to 75% less than the grocery stores in the area. Now, many of the food items are actually a higher price than the ones that are typically in our area. This is a feel-good story. I decorate for Halloween this year. I live out on a dead-end street, not much traffic. My decorations were not over the top or special in any ways. However, I decided to put a donation box in my yard for canned goods to take to the local food pantry. I was so surprised at how many donations we received. I think that news spread and folks just came to donate. I was able to take these donations to my local food bank, and it was a great feeling. I was so happy to have my son participate in giving back to others. Just an idea to pass along to those who may be decorating for Christmas. My very small neighborhood has decided to do the same at Christmas. As many folks put out some kind of decorations for holiday, it is a small way that we can make an impact. Like so many, I am prepping and expanding my skills, but there are so many just trying to survive day to day. Thanks for keeping us informed, and I can stay one step ahead of what is coming. I see shortages and higher prices every day. When I feel overwhelmed, this always helps to bless someone else. This person says, I volunteer at a local food pantry. We have a business meeting that I attended, and they went over the finances for the past year. By the end of October, the pantry had gone over its yearly food budget by $4,000. Luckily, the pantry had received some large donations a year ago that has kept the pantry solvent. But I am worried about other pantries that may not have the financial cushion that ours has. Prior to the pandemic, our little pantry served an average of 140 people a month. 140 families a month. Now we're averaging between 600 to 800 families served each month. That is huge, going from 140 to 600 to 800. Recently, we stopped getting fresh fruits and vegetables donated by a local farm. Our director called the farm, and the director was told that there will be no more fresh fruits and vegetables donated for the foreseeable future. They also said the biggest gas station in our town ran out of 89 octane and 93 octane, but they still had the 87 today. The need, it will be growing. I hate to see what the need is going to be in 6 months or in a year. We recently noticed a $12 charge on our Bank of America account unless we keep a $1,500 minimum balance. Please warn your viewers. So check that. Make sure you are not being charged. Frito-Lay shortage. I ordered a few bags from Sam's. Out of original everywhere here, and that's in Wichita, Kansas. This person, well, many people sent me this in, and this is regards to the bird flu and the 1.1 million chickens in central Iowa that I guess were tested and tested positive, and these birds were destroyed. All chicken at the facilities were cold and disposed of to avoid spreading the disease. Iowa's been hit hard by bird losses this year with more than 13 million killed. On a national level, 47.7 million birds have been affected in 43 states. This person says, I work in the housing manufacturing on the transportation side. Today, that would have been November 1st, we laid off 8 drivers from our 4 locations. More will be coming after the new year. I fear as new houses orders are very bleak and people are not ordering houses, and this might be a manufactured house company because that's for the transportation side. Also, he said the Fed is going to raise rates on November 2nd and again in December, which will only add to less homes being bought. I have a friend that bought, I guess it's a manufactured home, and it'll come in pieces, and I guess they'll use a crane and set it up, and his project is being delayed and delayed and delayed. It's unbelievable how much delay he's had. This is greetings from North Central Georgia. Walmart online orders gets frustrating sometimes to get things. Once placed in the cart, you have to be quick to check the item out or they'll run out and the items are removed from your cart. It's almost like Black Friday. They also said Kroger. Clerks with books of price changes. It's just they're changing out prices very, very. There's tons of them. They can't keep up with them. Some things that are actually doubled in price in just the last few months. Bank of America. One of my friends had received a letter that her credit card was being canceled due to inactivity, but they have 2 bills being paid from this each month. This seems odd to me. What are your thoughts? I don't know. We'll just have to see if more and more people lose their credit card. Maybe they feel if we go into a very big downturn and that they don't want as many people with credit cards to drive them up and then not be able to pay them. This is an update from Maryland. We bought chicken feed this past week. It was a $20 for a bag. It used to be $13. Then it went to $16 a few months ago. So yes, $20 a bag. I bought chicken feed yesterday from a local farmer and I paid $13.50 a bag for a 50-pound bag. My husband likes a certain kind of coffee. It's Green Mountain. It was $17.99 a box. Now it is $24.99. So from $18 to $25, and it's K-cups. When I went shopping last week, my bill was $402, up from about $250 to $275 a few months ago. The produce was terrible. I could see that the canned fruit section is getting pretty low, and it's hard to find cotton balls. And there's very little cold products. I got some cupcakes for my daughter's baby shower from a bakery, and it was $50 for 18 strawberry cupcakes. $50. Our son-in-law is a plumber and is experiencing shortages of material. One couple needed a part that was going to take 7 months to get it. Articles about U.S. weapons experts are in Ukraine to inspect American-supplied arms being used against Russia. This makes the group the first U.S. military members in the country, apart from those providing security at the U.S. Embassy. This might be the official first, but my report's coming in that we have had Americans in there since day one, either being CIA, either being contract, or being special force military. We definitely have U.S. boots on the ground in Ukraine. but they're finally admitting to it. I guess these people are here to inspect the weapon systems that are stored there, because a lot of reports are putting that only 30% of the weapon systems that we deliver are actually making it to the front lines. A lot of them are being stolen or shuttled to other places. This is dog food. Tractor Supply brand was $20 a few weeks ago. Today, $27. Our local restaurant we go to raised the price 20%. We ordered cheesesteak subs from them, and the price was $75 for 3 subs. So no more eating out for us. This is a good report. With all the fluctuations in gas prices, I decided to use some of the gas that I have set back for times like this. I should have rotated my supplies years ago. I opened up a couple of 5-gallon containers that I had put 2 ounces of stable with 5 gallons of premium gas and sealed the containers back in 2015. I opened 2 of the 5-gallon containers and filled up my Jeep Liberty with 7-plus-year-old gas. The Jeep ran like a champ with no problems. I have since then put 10 more gallons of the 7-year-old gas and no issues. I have since then refilled all 4 5-gallon containers with 2 ounces of fresh, stable, and premium gas and remarked the containers. Let's see if this gas will last as long as the 7-year-old gas. They also said always store your gas in a safe place, out of the sun rays and away from your home. So that's a good report. So if you have some gas, best thing is to rotate it after a while. Don't go 7 years for sure. I highly recommend that not to be done. This is Manitoba, Canada. And this lists diesel. Diesel was $5.06 a liter, which would make it almost $14 a gallon. That is incredible. A truck pulled up to make a delivery as I went in. The store owner went out to the truck as the delivery man opened the back. So what's missing this time, he asked. Bottled water, the driver said. I only got 1 case for you. The owner didn't even bother to ask what the rest of his order was, when the rest of his order was coming. When I paid for my gas, I asked him how much he had ordered, and he said 12 cases. Constant shortages are normal now. He was discouraged. He said he hadn't had a complete order since August. He also said he closed down half his pumps so he can better monitor people filling up, because he had so much gas being stolen, people not paying for it. This is from a maintenance worker. We are down hundreds of maintenance workers in the state. And this is mostly in the St. Louis and Kansas City area. In a meeting we had been informed, I think this is Missouri, that we're going to create strike teams for snowstorm removal. And he says they just have so many mechanics out. They have trucks down that can't even be looked at. This coupled with the rumors of diesel shortages on the horizon, many roads will have trouble if we get a lot of snow and we don't have the people or the equipment or the diesel fuel, I guess, to just keep the snow off the roads. This is, I'm not in the industry, but I do have a theory regarding milk. Well, in my area, we principally shop 2 stores, Walmart and another large store. In both instances, the milk goes bad early. We purchase our milk these days from Aldi's, where if had not had a problem. What I believe is happening is the milk may be sitting on the loading dock too long. Long before the milk itself goes bad, the droplets on the thread and the cap could go bad. That part of the jug warms first, you see. The milk underneath it is still okay. However, it is reasonable to assume that when the threads go rancid, it promotes decay beneath. Thus, when the lady said she poured her milk into a glass container, she bypassed that contaminated milk on top. So when the milk smells nasty, it may just be the top. Try the milk before tossing. And I don't know, but trying to keep milk staying longer is a top priority when it's so expensive. So there you go. There's some boots on the ground. Many of you I'm talking to either personally on the phone or through emails. Don't get discouraged. We're here for a purpose. We're here for a reason. If you're a Christian, you know what you have to do. You have to spread the gospel, and you also need to position yourself to help other people. There's going to be a great demand. There's a great demand now, and it's only going to get worse. So don't get discouraged. Try to be a light in this very dark time. Thanks for watching.